The night was silent. A city glowing with neon lights, somewhere in New York. Ethan sat by his apartment window, staring at his empty wallet. He had worked for years, saved every penny he could, yet his dreams still looked miles away. Have you ever felt that? The pain of trying so hard, but never moving closer to the life you imagined? This is not just Ethan's story. It's the story of millions around the world. They say saving money is the key to success. But what if I told you that saving alone might never make you rich? Ethan thought his savings account was his safest place. But slowly, the truth began to unfold. While his money sat quietly in the bank, prices around him kept rising like silent flames eating away at his efforts. If you've ever trusted your bank more than your own decisions, then this story will shake you. Because tonight, you'll realize the shocking truth. Saving and investing are not the same, and knowing the difference could change your life forever. A year later, Ethan met his old friend Oliver in London. Oliver had the same job, the same salary, but a completely different life. He had a car, owned a small house, and seemed free from financial stress. How? Ethan asked with disbelief. Oliver smiled. I stopped saving and started investing. Ethan laughed. Investing? Isn't that risky? But Oliver's reply changed everything. The bigger risk, he said, is letting your money sleep while the world keeps moving. That line echoed in Ethan's mind for days. He realized inflation was silently stealing his dreams. His savings were losing value every single day, and right there, Ethan made a decision, not just to earn, but to make his money work for him. Because the biggest difference between saving and investing is whether your money sits idle or grows silently like a tree under the sun. Imagine this. Two friends start with $1,000. Emma puts hers in a savings account, while Liam invests his in a low-risk index fund. 10 years later, Emma's savings grew to $2,200, but Liam's investment? It became $2,600. Both took different paths, but only one understood how time multiplies wealth. That's the magic of investing. It's not about luck. It's about letting time and compounding do the work. Every reinvested dollar becomes a soldier, fighting for your financial freedom. Yet most people never take that first step, because fear whispers louder than logic. If you've ever avoided investing because of fear, remember this. The greatest danger isn't losing money, it's losing time. In Sydney, Olivia sat with her laptop open, her heart pounding. She was about to make her first investment. The confirm button stared back at her like a test of courage. She clicked it, and in that moment, something changed inside her. For the first time, she wasn't just earning money, she was building wealth. Weeks turned into months. Every morning she checked her portfolio, not to see profit, but to feel hope. She realized saving is like standing still on the shore, while investing is setting sail toward the unknown, sometimes rough, sometimes calm, but always moving forward. By the end of that year, Olivia didn't just gain profit, she gained confidence. Because true wealth isn't built in a spreadsheet. It's built in the moments when you choose courage over comfort. Across the world in Toronto, a young couple, Daniel and Sophia, argued over money. Sophia believed in saving, Daniel in investing. What if we lose everything? She cried. Daniel replied softly. What if we never try? That conversation became the turning point of their life. They started small, mutual funds, bonds, and ETFs. The market went up and down, but over time their portfolio grew. They began to see their future take shape, not overnight, but step by step, month by month. One evening, as they looked at their growing savings graph, Sophia whispered, I used to fear losing money. Now I fear wasting years not growing it. That's the power of shifting from saving to investing. But not every story is perfect. Back in Chicago, Ethan made mistakes. He invested blindly, followed trends, and lost a chunk of his savings. For weeks he blamed investing, but later he learned the real rule. Investing without knowledge is gambling. He began to study. Books, podcasts, financial mentors. Slowly, Ethan built discipline. He learned about diversification, risk tolerance, and long-term vision. Investing wasn't a game anymore. It was a mindset, and that's when it hit him. Saving protects your today. Investing builds your tomorrow. You need both, but you must know when to use which. In Paris, under the Eiffel lights, a retired man named Charles sipped his coffee, smiling at his peace. He wasn't a millionaire, but he was free. "How did you do it?" a young traveler asked. Charles replied, "Every month I invested a little. For 40 years. He never chased quick profits, never panicked during market crashes. He simply stayed consistent. His quiet patience became his wealth. Because real investing is not about chasing money. It's about building freedom, 1 month at a time, and that's what saving could never give. Freedom. From New York to Tokyo, millions of people still confuse saving with investing. They hide their money in accounts, waiting for the right time. But here's the secret. There's no perfect time to invest. Only the time you decide to begin. Every dollar you save is safe, yes, but silent. Every dollar you invest is risky, yes, but alive. The world's most successful people didn't just save their income. They multiplied it through smart investments, real estate, stocks, startups, knowledge. So ask yourself, are you guarding your money or growing it? Ethan finally understood. He still saved, but not to hide his money. He saved to invest. Every paycheck he split, 1 part for emergencies, 1 part for growth. And over time, that balance became his power. He learned that saving gives you stability, but investing gives you freedom. Stability keeps you safe. Freedom lets you fly. And between those 2 wings, your dreams finally take off. If you've ever felt stuck, like your hard work isn't taking you anywhere, maybe it's time to stop saving for the future and start building it. Tonight, as the world sleeps, your money is deciding what it will become, silent or strong. You can let it rest in a savings account, or send it out to grow, learn, and return with more. The choice is yours. This isn't just a finance lesson, it's a life lesson. Because the difference between saving and investing isn't just numbers. It's mindset, courage, and vision. The people who dream of safety save. The ones who dream of freedom invest. If this story made you think, then don't just walk away. Subscribe, because your financial awakening has just begun. The next video might be the one that changes your life forever.